Okay, children, let's take our seats.
Yeah, baby. Yeah. We'll do it live. Fuck it.
And welcome to CNN 5 o'clock news. Today, our leading story is 42 dogs were found drinking on Santa Monica Pier. When police were asked what in the hell were they doing, police responded, they were drinking. That's my intro. I didn't want to, I made that up on the spot. I didn't want to just go, hi guys, it's Godless Universe, episode 4. So I thought, well, do something like, emulate CNN, the leader in world news. Not really. That's hyperbole. Welcome to a Godless Universe, guys. It's another show. It's a really big show. It's a day I think I've had a drink every episode so far. Have I? No, there's been one. I'm not a drinker, but you get ready for the show, you go running around, you get stuff done, and then you have a beverage. And I mean, if you can have a beverage if you want. I'm not, I'll wait. I mean, I'll wait if you want. But I'm not advocating drinking. I'm not. Just drinking in moderation. Red wine is good for the heart. That's what they say. That's what it is. So Godless Universe, guys. And some people, the one thing with Godless Universe, the last thing you want to be is some little stuffy, because we do science, yes, but we also do cinema. We do have, I'm a screenwriter, so we're doing sci-fi reviews and a whole bunch of other things, but you don't want to be some stuffy science channel. When you think, I guess you just go on and be yourself, right? You don't want to be a stuffy, I see some science channels and I think, okay, that's not me. I don't know if that's really fun watching that. There'll be serious shows. We'll get into black holes, time, and fourth spatial, temporal, fourth dimensions, fifth dimensions, and what's at the edge of the universe. There's plenty of time for that. Today might be a little bit lighthearted. There's a lot of show. There's a lot of show in this show. One announcement, one thing I will say on Christmas Day, if you're not doing anything on Christmas Day, we are going to be live. We, like the plurality of us, I will be live. I'm going to be live for, I believe, 8 hours on Christmas Day. It's going to be a shoot 'em from the hip kind of 8 hours, but we will be live for 8 hours on Christmas Day and 4 hours, 3 or 4 hours on Christmas Eve. If you don't have, if you're not doing anything, you don't have family, or maybe you're hanging out at work, you're a security guy, security gal, you want to hang out, I'll hang out with you. I will. I don't have a big family. I don't have a big family, but I will hang out with the peeps. We will hang out for sure. There's a lot of show, guys. It might be a little bit early for some of this stuff, but I don't mind doing a little bit of Christmas early. And I thought I was going to do this today. Do you know who's singing this Christmas song? I want to know if you guys can pick who's actually singing it. We got a stupid science invention, a mechanical tipping hat. Maybe I shouldn't have given it away, but this thing is amazing. It didn't work, but it is amazing. Is it AI? I did a segment on AI yesterday, and the degree to which AI has come, like just the video, is astronomical. And so I want to see if you guys can guess if it's AI or if it's real, a video. I'm gonna have a bunch of them. A little bit of yesterday I was feeling fat. Today I'm still feeling half fat. I'm having a half fat day. So I thought, if I'm the science of the body, the science of biology, what is it? We're doing a segment on, if you're feeling fat, some ways that you could not feel fat. And then we're getting into the piece de la résistance, Grey Goo. At the end, you know what? Don't miss the second half. I might even catch the second half of the show. I might even be here. So we're doing Grey Goo. If you don't know what Grey Goo is, it deals with nanotechnology, and it was based on a book. There's actually a few. It was the Engines of Creation, The Coming Era of Nanotechnology by K. Eric Drexler. Published in 1986, this influential work first popularized the concepts of molecular manufacturing and the Grey Goo scenario. I did a video on it. And it's a very interesting dystopian, apocalyptic kind of a scenario. The chance of it happening was probably pretty small. You think that at a certain time, but you go into the future and all of a sudden it's like, well, things up here, no one knew AI was going to do was going to do what is happening. If back then, there was this, the feeling that nanotechnology is going to come and invade our cities and take us over and, take us apart cell by cell. Well, it's really become AI that's probably putting a little bit of fear into everybody. But the whole nano thing, and like even where nano goes, like I have no problem calling Avi Loeb for what he is. He's an alarmist. He's stupid. He was so wrong with Oumuamua. How did that one turn out, Avi? You astronomer. Didn't turn out very well. And he's the only one that comes out and says ridiculous things. And it's not that he gives it a small talk. I even Googled it on Google. To see what Gemini thought. And he said, well, no, that's overrated. He said there's a high percentage. I believe it's 40%. 40% chance that 3i Atlas is an alien spaceship. He gives it a 4 out of 10. And I got a standing bet. You know what? I said it yesterday. It's a standing bet. Avi, you want to come over? We shake a hand. If it's an alien ship, you win. If it's not, I win. And the loser has to eat just a little plate of squirrel poop. Just a little plate of squirrel poop. You want to take that one? You want to take that bet, Avi? You want me to call Harvard? Hello, Harvard? I mean, I'm not going to call Harvard. Not right now. Not right now. There's plenty of time for that. So, to your health and well-being. That's good. It's hard out there. It's not lost on me, having worked on Wall Street for years and following the economy and seeing thousands upon thousands upon thousands upon thousands of layoffs. That doesn't even include the layoffs that went before that. There's even the whole science of economics. It's the whole idea of economics, and the theories that sort of associated with economics are, they're not really 1 + 1 = 2. I've always said that the numbers that come out are fudged, skewed, slanted in a way that builds a narrative that does not represent a lot of people, a large percentage of people. But it is what it is. So there's a lot of people having, you got to help each other, right? Everyone's got to help each other. Find ways to help it. But you know what? I do love Christmas. And so a lot of people don't know. I'm gonna play a song. And all I want you to do, and long before the song is over, I'm gonna show you who it is, okay? But here's the song. You gotta pick who is singing this song. Let me get this set up. I got the visual, I got the graphics. This is absolutely gorgeous. Okay, here's the song. Where is it? Come on. Is it playing? There we go. Listen, who is it? Any idea? Here's a hint. That's the hint. That's all you need. Now, if you're not impressed with the visuals, I have no other way to impress you, because this is some serious Christmas. This is science at its best, guys. This is. But who is it? Do you want to know who is singing this song? Yes. It is. I think I got to turn down a little bit. I think that is Billy Idol. Billy Idol. So he did a Christmas album. Like, yeah, this is Michael. I'm doing a little Christmas bit because I do like Christmas. It's a little early. Well, for some people got their trees up. Billy Idol, he's got, I think it was put out in 2006. Frosty the Snowman, Silver Bells, Happy Holidays, White Christmas, Here Comes Santa Claus, God Rest Ye Merry Gentlemen, Santa Claus is back in town, Winter Wonderland, Rudolph, Run Rudolph, Rudolph. I mean, there's so many. If you love I used to love Billy Idol, right? Like flesh for burnt. I mean, that is good stuff. But anyway, that's the Christmas album. If you're looking for a present for someone who is a Billy Idol fan and they don't have the Christmas songs, the Christmas album, this is what you get them. This is that's what it is. That's it. All right. Is it off? All right, Billy. Okay, you're done. You've done, Billy. Big boy, the crowd sure loves it. Big round of applause. I mean, that was really amazing. Yeah, well done. Okay, that's good. So, that is Christmas. It's a little, November. What is it? November 5th. But that's okay. Christmas comes fast. It comes early. You don't know. Your neighbor could have their Christmas lights on tomorrow. You come outside, it's like, like Christmas Vacation, when what's his name puts in the plugs and the Louise, what's her name? Dreyfus, Seinfeld. My God, she was good in that. That was good. But you don't know, Christmas could come at any time. Christmas, it should be, people, okay, I'm going to say this. People, religious people, Christmas, they think, so Christmas Day is not the birth of Christ. That was actually a day. This is some historical fact. Emperor Constantine was actually the one who made Christmas legalized Christmas. His mother, Helen, who is now Saint Helena, she is a saint now because she basically helped create the first Roman emperor, Christian legal. So on the 25th, all the pagan religions and had their big day on December 25th. Why? Because it's the first day that you can actually see more light in the horizon. So December 25th has always been, for thousands of years, for the messiahs that came before Jesus, Christmas has been the day for pagan rituals. Even Halloween has been, things going back for Halloween have been going back to December 25th. So Emperor Constantine said, okay, you know what? He saw the comet in the sky. He says, I will make Christianity legal. I hereby decree Christianity legal. And with that decree, he also said, well, the Christians need a day. Well, since everyone is already celebrating on the 25th, you guys can also celebrate on the 25th. And that's how December 25th came about. It was because of the pagans. Thank the pagans. That was, as a matter of fact, there's actually, I did a video on one of my other channels on Emperor Constantine. It's so what I am extremely interested in, and this is the science of history. I've always been extremely interested in the historical Jesus. Did he live? What did he do? Now we know that Jesus, of all the major writers, the top 50 or I think it's 100 writers, none of them mention Jesus. None of them. If you're doing major things during your lifetime, someone's going to just write an article and say, okay, you know what? This guy, he just walked on water. I've never seen the walk on water thing. Like although all the messiahs before that walked on water. People, people ask, so what if you get lost for words or something and you're like, kind of like, you can't think of anything, like, where do you I say, you know what, if I'm staring, how is that not content? Have you not watched Have you not watched YouTube videos? There's YouTube videos of people eating. Like literally, they will buy a plate of fast food, and their video is them eating this plate of fast food. In-N-Out, they got some KFC, they got McDonald's, Burger King, all of them. 1, 2, or 3, and they got that. Okay, actually, this is a little plug. There is an eating content. I hate that saying content. And I'm influencing right now. I hate those words, but there is a guy that I really think is freaking funny, and he is kicking ass. He is delivering the goods. Beard meets food. I mean, the guy, Jesus. I mean, he is incredibly entertaining. If you want to see some pretty interesting videos, interesting man, he eats a lot of food. Scientifically, it could be a video. Science-wise, from a science perspective, how does Beard eats food fit all that food into his stomach? He's not a big guy. I think he's my size. Like, I think maybe I outweigh him a little bit, but he's basically my size. And he eats ungodly amounts of food. Beard meets food. Check it out. I mean, there's a science video in there somewhere. So stupid inventions. Science inventions. Science, but that's what science does, right? Science goes out there and tries a whole bunch of different stuff. And a lot of things fail, but at least the science, or the process of science, is one that it allows for discovery. Like, it might work, it might not work. And so this one, okay, I've got to put up this one. I gotta share screen. I am getting better at this. So there you go. Okay. Inventions and discoveries. This is a hat tipping invention. Patented March 10th, 1896. So if we go, the automatic hat tipper was a satirical, hands-free mechanical invention from the Victorian era that was never actually manufactured. Patented in 1896 by James C. Boyle, the saluting device, I guess that's what he called it, the saluting device, would automatically raise and lower a hat when the wearer bowed. This is. I made some prototypes. That's better. I made some prototypes, and there's a whole mechanical thing in there. Like, there's an entire mechanical thing in here. Inventions and discoveries, a 19th century invention for the lazy man. I might have bought this. No, I'm not lazy. It was customary for a man to tip his hat when bowing to a lady or while making a new acquaintance. For the man who could not be bothered to tip his hat, this saluting device was designed with him in mind. It already sounds like a sales pitch. This 1896 patent is for a mechanical self-tipping hat. A weight at the front would pull the hat up off the wearer's head as he took a bow. A spring would then pull the hat back onto his head as he straightened back up. The height at which the hat would be raised when bowing could be adjusted, so they could adjust the hat. I mean, that's a great feature. That really is a fantastic feature. Yeah, applaud that. And the height. This invention was never manufactured. So there's one of our stupid science. I mean, it's fairly. I mean, when you take a look at the gears and everything in there, I'm not sure if I could build it. But what was his name? His name was. That was on the other. That was on the James C. Boyle, 1896. Patent issued. Well done. That was well done. Yeah. Absolutely. No, if we don't meet the full applause, that's fine. And actually, we don't even need it anymore. That's good. So that is exactly the tipping hat. Stupid science inventions. There's really I had music for that. Oh, you know what, guys? I had music for that. Oh, geez. I should have. I had music for that segment, but this is man, like this is why you don't go and do a live show by yourself. You need peeps to help you out, but that music needed to be back there. You know, that's okay. That's okay. I got lots more coming. Actually, that was probably a little bit too loud, wasn't it? I'm gonna turn that down a little bit. Okay, well that's that might be a regularly appearing feature here on Godless Universe, and there's so many stupid things that go back over the decades. So that's what it is. Ooh, that is good red wine. A little bit of red wine. I'm having about a half a cup today. Nothing much. It's good. It's good. So is it AI? So yesterday I did a segment on whether it was the whole AI thing, how quickly AI is growing, especially over the last year, where you cannot even tell whether AI has done some video or some images or what. It is almost impossible to tell. So I thought we'll do a little segment to see if you guys can tell, is this AI or is this real? And we don't need you anymore. Get out of here, you dumb hat. Hat tipping. It might come back. What if it comes back? Are you going to buy one? How much is it? I don't know. So, I'm going to stop that. This might blow you away. There we go. This is kind of amazing. Now I got my extra large pointer, so I can even make it even a little bit bigger. So here we are. So this is Adobe stock, and Adobe stock has probably some of the best video images for you to purchase, for videos and things like that. One of the hardest parts in doing videos, I used to do a lot of videos. Now with the live shows, I can't do as many, but at least once a week. And you got to find, you spend at least 1 or 2 days editing. You do the script for 1 or 2 days, you do the editing 1 or 2 days, and then, hopefully you get a video out every 3 to 5 days kind of thing, right? So, but the thing is, this is a search that has both real videos and AI videos. And at the bottom left-hand corner, it's going to say whether it's AI, or if there's no AI, then it's real. And basically, we go through the whole thing and see how many you can get. We'll go through it fairly quickly. But when I hover the mouse over it, it'll tell us at the bottom left-hand corner, if there's an AI there, it's AI. If there's no AI, that means it's real. What about this first one? Attractive young lady with a dash on. It's a veterinarian. She's a vet. Is it AI or is it real? It's AI, baby. It's AI. Number 2, the Shamrock Dachshund. And I did a Dachshund smiling. That was my search. So we got a Dachshund. Is that real or is that AI? I'm guessing that's AI. That looks AI. It's AI. The next one, 2 doggies. Is it AI or is it real? Take a guess. It's AI. I know you probably thought it looked real. The next one, attractive young lady with a puppy dog. She's sitting having a cup of coffee. Is it real or is it AI? It's AI, right? That, I bet most of you picked it was real. Now we've got the golden retriever. Is that real or is that AI? I'm almost thinking AI. It is AI. Oh my God. Look at that is AI. You know, a year ago, it looked so terrible. You could tell just by looking at it right away whether it was AI or not. The next one, Dachshund on a microphone. AI. AI. I don't know what the next one is. Oh, swimming. Oh, that was a real one. Oh my God, that was a real one. Ah, well. The next one. Is this AI? We got a doctor, a veterinarian, attractive young lady with an older lady with a little dachshund. Is it AI or is it real? It's AI. Oh, I got music for this one too. I am sorry. Dear Jesus. I forgot about the music. I set up the music and I totally forgot about the music. Okay, we're going. Okay, we're going down to the doggy with the sunglasses. The dachshund with the sunglasses and the coconut. Is it real or is it AI? Let's get through these. AI, baby. We got the barking dog on the car window. AI or is it real? Make a decision. It's real. It's real. The next one. Another attractive young lady with a dachshund. Is it real or is it AI? Is the next one real or AI? It's AI. It's AI. Okay, so the next one, the dachshund with the sushi, that's AI. Yeah, that's an easy tell. So this next, now we got a puppy dog, a dachshund walking, a dachshund level. It's AI. We got the LGBTQ helmet. Politically correct dachshund? Is that, yeah, look like it's good. Is it AI or is it real, people? It's AI. The next one. I'm getting the next two are AI. I mean, obviously. Yeah, AI. Doggy with a bowl. AI. It's AI. Puppy dog. Birthday party. AI. Christmas doggy. Is it AI or is it real? AI. Oh my God. So now we have another veterinarian with a dachshund. Is this one AI or is it real? It's AI. Oh man. Another dachshund that's sitting there with mummy. It's AI. Is that a sombrero? The next one, we got one with a sombrero. Oh, it's real. Oh, awesome. I thought that I probably would. I was thinking AI. I was. We got a golden retriever on the lap of another pretty young lady. It's AI. Oh man. Dachshund. AI. I think that got me. I think that was the next one. That's AI for sure. The next one. You know what? It looks real. I mean, it does look real, doesn't it? With the lady holding the dog. It's AI. Wow. The next one's AI. Yeah, for sure. Looks like we got a dog running through a field of flowers. That could be real, right? AI. Look at that. It's AI. This is what's happened in the last year. It is insane. And there's videos. The next one looks like we got 3 puppy dogs fighting. I'm saying that's real. I'm saying this is real. It's real. Yeah. And the whole reason is because there's like so many different breeds. It's not something that AI is particularly good at that I found so far. Another attractive young lady. Yesterday I was doing a bit on alternate reality. If you could 3D print her, would you print the dog or the girl? Yeah, probably the girl. Yeah. AI. Damn. AI. Next one's AI. We got a couple of in pink, young little doggies in pink. AI. It's got to be AI. Yeah. Pink trees, of course. Now we got some dogs on a beach, 5 of them. I think it's 50-50. I'm going to go AI. AI? Yeah. Next one, AI. AI. Next one, AI. AI. Well, and the problem is now because we basically see that, look, this is just a basic search of Dachshund smiling. AI. The Halo, the Halo dog. I thought this was godless. Well, it's not angel-less. I'm just kidding. AI. Next one, AI. Next one, I'm guessing that's real. Yeah, that's real. Pretty young lady, vet with a dachshund, looks real. Every single one of these has been AI. It's AI. Dog running through the snow at its level. Now, this would be really hard to do. This would be really hard to film. I would say it's AI because it would cost so much money to film a dog running through the snow like that with a Santa hat on to keep it on. That would be a $50,000 shoot. Why would you shoot that for 50 grand? AI. Yeah. And you can imagine you got like a nice camera. You have to have a gyro. You're walking back, or maybe you got like on a crane, but you're really going to pull all this out to take an image of a dachshund running through the snow. But the thing is, AI can do this. AI, and it's growing so fast. You want to talk about changing the world? Yesterday we were talking about how many people have been put out of work. The graphic artists, everyone who works in creating stuff for movies, for ad campaigns. The first thing, people don't even think about these people anymore. They used to get a phone call all the time, and they say, "Yeah, we'll pay you $2,000 to develop this, to write this on Photoshop." They don't get calls. They just get a few prompts in AI, and instead of waiting a week, it's done in an hour or two. Maybe you have to refine things with extra prompts. Puppy dog with a banana peel on it. I'm almost going to say it's real, but I don't know. Oh, it's real. Oh, boom, boom, boom. Next, this one's AI. Yeah, for sure. I'm going to say this one's AI because the last one was AI. This one looks AI. Yeah. This one also looks AI because it's too constructed AI. This one could be, oh, that's a tough one. AI, yeah. AI. This next one with the red Santa could be real. AI, my God. Now, we already know this attractive young lady with the dachshund. We know she's AI, but look at her. Guys, you got to look at that. This is AI. You could not get this done a year ago. And now this is just being pumped out left, right, and center. As a matter of fact, there are things that are even, this is probably at least a month old. At least a month old. Dachshund in the sand, I think it's AI. AI. Every single one. There used to be that none of these pictures, I remember going for animal content on various different projects, and there were absolutely no AI stuff. Nothing. It was all photographers that spent a ton of money taking pictures of dogs. And now there's no real pictures of dogs. AI. Follow the pink cursor. Here, another attractive young lady with a puppy dog and her mother, maybe? I don't know. AI. They're crazy. Oh, well. Dachshunds. AI. Christmas doggy. Oh, that one. Fitty. I'm fitty. It was real. Oh, I mean, you get so excited on a real one. AI. Almost near the end. AI. Yep. Pool, water. That's not AI. AI is not good with water. Yeah, that's real. Yeah, that's AI has got a long way to go with water, and there's certain things that it's just not very good at. But when you start getting with these sort of, it's an odd angle, like it's a very human angle. You start to understand that AI is not particularly, they're good at like putting things within the frame. Everything is centered, looks good. A human is not going to do that all the time. Our attractive young lady, I really like her, I do. AI. She's not real. She's not Danny. She's not real. I know. AI. Yeah. AI. I'm guessing oh, that looks almost real. AI. It is. Oh, it is AI. Our doctor, our pet vet. AI. Yeah. Halloween. AI. Next one. AI. Older lady. Holding out dachshund. AI. Yep. Oh, it's crazy. AI. Now, this is interesting. A vet with the puppy dog. It's AI. So as you see, as we go through all these, oh, that's a real one. What is it? 1 in 10, 1 in 12 is real. Even this one's AI. AI. There's our attractive young lady again. Oh, that one's interesting. Okay. What you do notice with all this AI stuff, there are, and it could be that it's mostly guys doing these AI prompts. There's a lot more women than there are men. Like in terms of subjects, there's a real one. That's not one that, well, I shouldn't say AI wouldn't do that. If it's prompted to, it will. AI, there's a real one. Yeah, you can tell the lighting. That's not something that AI would particularly do. And the final one, it looks super real. Just because chances are it's AI, just because it's real. Oh, damn it. If we go, so here are the filters. So if we go, you can see here, generative AI. I just asked for everything. Generative AI only or exclude. Let's exclude generative AI. And what do we get? Why am I getting a runny nose doing this? So this is all real. And you can see the difference, right? You can see the difference between what is real. Dasha smiling. This is all the real stuff. You can see the difference. Even though AI might look real, although this, it's very similar, but you can see the inconsistencies, right? The AI ones are very clean. AI, you just got stuff. You got human life around people. When you have this many dogs sort of in random positions, most often it's going to be real. There's some stuff that AI just isn't great at. So, but there you go. And that's kind of the point. That's a real one, I guess. Well, I guess, yeah, it's one. And that's kind of the point is when you're dealing with AI, it's moving so fast. And that's the point that I wanted to make. A year from now, at what point in time is it going to be that we literally see things? So you look at the destruction. Think of Hollywood. I spent 20 years in Hollywood. I've seen people wiped out. 1 year in film. But Hollywood took the movies in a direction. 2019, right? That was the last really good year. And everything turned into slop. Everything turned into agenda-driven slop. I am not a person who actively goes out there and there's a lot of channels that do that. I have no problem calling it out. But the drop, Hollywood has destroyed itself. If it would have spent time saying, okay, we're going to keep making great movies because we are great storytellers and we're going to help infuse this AI stuff into the movie, we could have been into an amazing place. But they took all the best franchises and basically destroyed it, right? People will argue that. There's people that, they say, well, no, I think it's better. I think Star Wars is better than it was. I think Star Trek is better than it was. Well, it's not, because people, if you're going to do a activist documentary, are you going to hire a sci-fi writer? Okay, we're done with the music. Yes, thank you very much. Thank you. That was very good. Thank you. Are you going to hire a sci-fi writer for that? No, you're not. So, look, Hollywood did it to themselves, and it's AI is making things marketably worse, much worse. So that's just the reality of it. Nothing you can do, but that is. So, guys, on Monday. Oh, you know what? Monday's going to be on Tuesday next week. Tuesday. November 11th, Remembrance Day? Is that a good day to do that? November 11th. I'm going to do it November 11th. I'm going to do, I mentioned on one of the previous shows that I'm going to do a Charlie Kirk thing. Why the Charlie Kirk thing is not as complicated as it looks like. There's a reason why nothing fits. There's a reason why all of the theories look like shite. There's a reason for that. And I think when I mention a few things, show the evidence from a science perspective, it's going to be very clear as to why it is what it is. And some of you might say, yeah, no, that's exactly what I thought, or yep, that's what I believe. Tuesday, November 11th. Mark it down. I'll mark it. I got to mark that down. I just changed it mid-flight. And then Kate Beckinsale. We're doing Kate Beckinsale, the Underworld. Underworld. Try and say Underworld. Every time you try and say Underworld, you're almost like you're like that close to underwear. I don't know why. Is it just me? I mean, is it just me? Feels that way. Underworld. December 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. We're gonna do the movies. She's one of the best female protagonists. A female protagonist. You know what? Are they the best movies? No, but they're entertaining. They do not make movies like this anymore. Does it have something to do with the black, tight, shiny leather? Yeah. Kate looked amazing. She looked amazing, and she did amazing in the Underworld movies. So December 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. That's the first week of December. We're going to get that. We're going to do that. Yeah, that's the. And, you know, Grey Goo. So we're gonna. I did a video about Grey Goo, and a lot of people don't take the idea of Grey Goo serious. Like the idea that that nanobots or a nanobot dystopian apocalypse can happen based on nanobots replicating themselves and going and So I did a video, and I thought it was interesting. Getting the video and the images and everything was very difficult. It was really hard. I had to spend quite a bit of money getting images and video on Grey Goo because there just isn't much out there. Because the Grey Goo is basically what it is. It's like blood, right? Blood is made up of tiny little blood cells, and in these tiny little blood cells, if you put them together, it looks like liquid. It's the same thing with Grey Goo. Basically, it's billions, trillions of nanobots that kind of all come together that look like a liquid, but in essence, they are nanobots. So, so let me. There we go. No, that's, why is it? Oh, geez, great. It's not there. It was supposed to be. Well, I think, oh yeah. So, yeah, hey, you know what? Dead air is content. That is what I say. I do believe that is the video.
Needs that could outpace any attempt.
It's supposed to be paused. When you do this yourself, I'm telling you, man, it's really hard. This is hard. So Grey Goo. So this is a video that I did, and it was kind of an interesting concept, but I really thought it was interesting enough to do a video. A lot of people do know about Grey Goo, like it's a science fiction idea that it's not widely talked about, but it is nonetheless an idea that is kind of out there. I think it's taken a serious backseat because of AI and everything dealing with AI. But this is the video that I did a couple months ago, and let's take a look.
Imagine a human-made dystopian event caused by our burgeoning nanotechnology. It's often referred to as the Grey Goo Syndrome. It might sound like a concept out of a quirky science fiction novel, but it represents one of the most chilling real-world hypothetical threats ever imagined. A nightmare born from the incredible promise and peril of nanotechnology.
And so you see some of the imagery. It's very, the idea that a nanobot that size can exist. It's a little out there, but it's. As AI goes along, there's going to be a lot more imagery that really truly depicts what it is. I mean, this isn't bad. Basically it's a blood cell. It's a vein wall, and you have all these nanobots within the. If they're hostile, they invade the body, and the idea is that it's kind of morbid, but these nanobots start taking you apart cell by cell. I mean, that is yeah. It's kind of icky. It's kind of icky.
A relentless swarm of self-replicating nanomachines that sweeps across the Earth's biosphere, devouring resources and converting them into endless copies of itself. Microscopic devices, each no bigger than a bacterium, operating silently, invisibly, and at speeds that could outpace any attempt to contain them. The danger lies in the replication.
And that's the big thing. That's the big threat with this. You know, when we're sending space probes out there, one of the things that would be a game changer if we can send probes out to other planets, other places in the universe, and have our probes replicate themselves. Obviously, they would have to find resources and everything like that. It is a fairly out there concept. But if these nanobots had the ways and means and the resources and the stuff by which they could reproduce themselves, they're building themselves, well, then you got a problem, right? That's the whole basis of the Grey Goo apocalypse, the Grey Goo Syndrome, is they learn how to replicate themselves, and that's the danger. That is the dystopian event.
In nature, replication drives evolution, but bound by limits. Living organisms require specific conditions to reproduce. Artificial nanobots, if maliciously engineered, may not share those same limitations. If one of these machines could build another from raw materials, then those two could build 4, endlessly doubling again and again. Within a matter of days or weeks, the number of nanomachines could exceed the number of living cells on Earth.
And that's, you know, it's you try and find images that kind of, and I don't know what these things would look like. I obviously, I made this image, the one that you see now, on AI. And I don't remember what the prompts were, but I want it to be a little menacing. You know, it's got to be, you know, hey, I'm a screenwriter. The visual story needs to convey a message, and the visual story of this image conveys that message. Is it going to look like that? Probably not. No, but the idea of trying to convey that imagery, that it's somewhat of a dystopian event, that the Grey Goo Syndrome is possible.
Dismantle plants, animals, buildings, and even soil at the molecular level to feed the process of creating more nanomachines. To the human eye, it would look like a spreading, shapeless mass of dust or sludge, a grey goo. The theory hinges on a principle called exponential growth. We tend to underestimate how quickly something can escalate when it doubles at a consistent rate. What starts as an invisible speck could become a crisis before anyone realizes what is happening.
And that's kind of the idea with Grey Goo is the replication. If it happens and the little nanobots can replicate themselves in a very quick time basis, you got yourself. I haven't read the book, the Grey Goo book, by the author. I forgot what his name was. Some people say it's good. You know, as a screenwriter, I write. I don't read. I write. When you're a screenwriter, you lock yourself away for hours, weeks, days, months. It's a very lonely business when you're writing, stuff. But Grey Goo, the author was K. Eric Drexler. Engines of Creation. K. Eric Drexler.
Worse still, because these machines would operate at a microscopic scale, detection would be nearly impossible in the early stages. By the time governments or scientists identified the threat, the swarm may have already entrenched itself across multiple continents. Containment in such a scenario is not just difficult, it could be outright impossible. Critics of the Grey Goo scenario point out that it would require a staggering level of engineering skill to make nanobots capable of harvesting raw materials, processing those materials, and assembling them into perfectly functioning copies of themselves without errors.
So if that was Grey Goo, if those are like little nanobots, like little tiny bots that you can't even see. You know, it's again, think of like a blood, right? You have like all these little cells in there that come together and it looks like liquids. Same thing with gray goo. And so if these tiny little nanobots, the nanotechnology is growing so fast. The idea of nanobots, and some of it's already been developed, is kind of scary. And if the gray goo theory holds true, that these nanobots, but the problem is always going to be with gray goo or the nanobots, the replication of it is going to be the resources. How does there's going to have to be stockpiled resources that these nanobots get to, and yada, yada, yada. How, it does seem a little far-fetched, but there are theories on how it might happen.
But the counter-argument is chilling. Technology rarely needs to be perfect to be dangerous. Biological pathogens, for example, are often inefficient, yet they have caused pandemics capable of reshaping human history. A nanotech pathogen, especially one intentionally designed, would bypass the environmental checks that slow natural occurring organisms. The most frightening aspect of this scenario is how easily it could emerge from an accident.
In one of the images there, you saw like a lot of the nanobots sort of coming together. They actually, they swarm. It's kind of if you just think of these like the gray goo or the nanobots being inside your body, it's not a pleasant thought. If they're taking you apart cell by cell, that's not a pleasant thought. It's kind of, it's icky. Can I use that technical term, icky? It's a science term. It's disturbing. That's the word, disturbing. Again, it's an image. This is an image for show. There's not many images. The only place where and I'll tell you, the only place I could find any images, almost, or 95% of them is Adobe stock. And I use Vecteezy, I use Adobe, I use Shutterstock, I use Envato, I use Artlist. There's a lot of places. I mean, you have to spend a lot of money to have access to a lot of this visuals. If you're going to create a visual story, you need visual content, and you need to edit it in a way that is compelling. Are the nanobots going to look like this? Probably not, but maybe. It's a little bit of an ugly thought if they are.
Designing nanobots for repairing the ozone layer or cleaning ocean pollution could spiral into disaster. If a single line of code failed or a crucial safety mechanism malfunctioned, it could spark a global catastrophe. A more sinister possibility is a rogue state or non-state actor. A malicious nation-state could engineer a nanobot system that, instead of targeting people, focuses on critical infrastructure, unleashing catastrophic global destruction.
And it's kind of always the fear of these things, right? So if it ever comes down to like this nanotechnology gets developed to the point where it is replicable and you can unleash something like this, it's always going to be those actors, the global actors that everyone has a perspective. Everyone calls each other, you're evil. It's just a different perspective. Those people that we think are evil to us is a perspective that they think of us as evil. I don't know if true evil exists. I'm not sure if it really does. Different perspectives exists. Just like the Borg that we did yesterday, will AI turn us into Borg? The same question in a very similar way as nanobots. The gray goo is basically, and to a large degree, AI technology. This is artificial intelligence taking an idea to the nanosphere, the nano level. It's pretty disturbing. But unleashed, it's the same thing. But what we see, let's see, with nuclear technology, we don't want it in the wrong hands. But the wrong hands already have it. If we think of North Korea, if we think of, let's say, well, Pakistan and India are adversaries, so they each have it. How are you going to stop the proliferation of nuclear technology when at one point in time, guns were very high tech? Well, every country has that type of technology. Is there going to be a day where nuclear technology just becomes a basic matter of fact? Probably. Will nanotechnology become one day a matter of fact? Probably. Well, if it gets to like the Grey Goo Syndrome, that's a different question. But someone's going to try, if there's motivation, someone's going to try and develop it.
Once the swarm escapes into the open environment, it would have no reason to stop, no boundaries to respect, and no allegiance to the Creator's original purpose. Defenses against such a threat are still theoretical. One proposed safeguard is to limit nanobots so they require rare and artificially manufactured molecules that don't exist in nature. The nanobots would essentially starve if they escaped their controlled environment. Another is to design them with kill switches or programmed lifespans, but history has shown that any safety measure can fail, especially under pressure or through human error.
I mean, so those are two. I mean, I think the first one, if you take a look at a fail-safe, that they need a certain ingredient to make sure that they don't get it in time, and then they just basically fall dead. If a nanobot can fall dead, I don't know if it's alive, but or there's a kill switch. I mean, those are two things that, in the idea of gray goo are two easy ways. So even if it can happen, will there be fail safes that it doesn't allow something like this to happen? And yeah, like I said, I am not an alarmist. I don't even believe that aliens are among us. I don't. We will do an episode on that. So I'm not an alarmist. I am not someone. I dwell in science fact. I write science fiction as a screenwriter. So Grey Goo is firmly in science fiction, with a slight little leg into the science fact part.
And just as biological organisms can mutate, it is conceivable that a complex network of autonomous machines could adapt in ways their designers never anticipated. But, in reality, the Grey Goo scenario remains speculative, and some scientists argue it is unlikely. However, the possibility of a similar scenario playing itself out in the real world forces us to examine all possibilities. If we are entering an era of technology capable...
I just want to pause on that picture because it's about to turn away. And that's kind of like, you see this, this swarm of gray goo. That's the dystopia. I'm actually surprised there hasn't been a movie about it yet. I mean, that's kind of a dystopian science fiction thing. It's pretty morbid when you start thinking about nanobots taking you apart cell by cell. I mean, the visual on that would be probably be R-rated. Hello. But the idea, I'm sure that there's been a lot of scripts, no doubt. There's so many scripts that circulate. And having spent so many years in Los Angeles, Hollywood, as a screenwriter, there are so many scripts that circulate. And are most garbage? Yeah. I put my scripts into some of the largest film festivals in the world, and I won a lot of them. So, what makes a great story? I don't know. Grey Goo could make a great story. Geez, you know what? I've started so many things on YouTube. I feel sad that I don't have because when you put yourself to writing, you need to lock yourself away, man. Lock yourself away. But there is a story with this Grey Goo that could be pretty interesting. Could be pretty compelling.
Of altering or even erasing life on Earth, it demands that we place the risks to our planet and civilization above all else. Its significance lies in the reminder that humanity is entering a time when we could develop technologies capable of altering or even destroying the biosphere itself. What makes the idea truly unsettling is that unlike other existential threats such as asteroid impacts, supervolcanoes, or gamma-ray bursts, Grey Goo would be a disaster entirely of our own making. It comes from our own laboratories and born out of our ingenuity and ambition. It reminds us in the most irreversible way possible that progress can be a destructive force in itself, and not every invention should be brought to life.
And that's, when you take a look at the path of again, AI has changed everything so dramatically in the tech world, everywhere else. Does the Grey Goo, the idea that nanobots replicate themselves en masse, and, it's probably a better science fiction movie than it is a science fact possibility. But there's many I haven't heard Avi Loeb talk about it, maybe the 3i Atlas alien mothership is bringing, like again, I say this all the time. If you're going to be a very advanced civilization, you are not going to send a giant spaceship, 12-mile spaceship across the galaxy to say hi or to investigate. If you're coming on a pass to just take a look, you're going to send little nanobots that take next to nothing in terms of energy, that you could even accelerate them, FTL, faster than, or not faster than the speed of light. Anything with mass cannot go faster than the speed of light. Anything without mass, if it has no mass, it will go the speed of light. That's a matter of fact. If it has any mass whatsoever, a photon has no mass, which is a particle of light, right? It acts as a particle and a wave. And if they developed warp technology, well, they haven't used it because they sent a comet. It doesn't seem like 3i Atlas is much of a USS Enterprise kind of busting through the. Oh, geez, Avi. This is going to be the second one. First one was Oumuamua. Now it's 3i Atlas. I will not. Look, he's a punching bag to me. This is stupid. Hail Bop. I mean, it's Avi Hail Bop Loeb.
This is a godless universe.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So that is Grey Goo. If you want to see the full video, well, that was a full video, but if you want to see the video, you go to Godless Universe, take a look. I got a ton of stuff that videos that I do, but that is the Grey Goo Syndrome. Grey goo, gooey gray stuff. And again, it's just basically blood that is, if you take a look at it, if you look under a microscope, you just see a whole bunch of cells, right? It's a whole bunch of cells thrown together that at our scale looks like a liquid. At the cellular scale, it's just cells. I mean, that's Grey Goo is nanotechnology, billions, trillions upon trillions of nanobots that when come together, they look like Grey Goo. It's an interesting thing. If anyone has read the book, I'd love to hear what you guys thought. I'm not going to read the book. I don't have time, given what I do. But it's an interesting concept. Maybe one day I will. Maybe that's like a big threat. I do have a Joe Rogan announcement coming before Christmas. It's an interesting thing with Joe Rogan. Yeah, but it's there, so on Tuesday, so I'm changing the Charlie Kirk thing. If you want to, what I think, when you hear what I have to say about Charlie Kirk, you may very well, I'm going to call him CK. I'm just going to call him CK. Just call it CK. What I have to say about CK is, you might, it's, I don't think it's complicated. You just have to use science and common sense. Okay, so get rid of all the noise, and here's the facts, and you write them down. You take a look at it. Okay, here's the answer. This is what happened, and then December 1st, 4th, and 5th. December 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. There's no 5th. December 1st, 2nd, 4th. 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Underworld. Kate Beckinsale. Baby. Yeah, baby. Oh, yeah. I got that, don't I? Yeah, baby. Do I got that? I don't know. You got the... I got... What? Yeah.
Yeah, baby, yeah!
Oh, that's the loud one. Oh, I get that.
Yeah, baby! Yeah.
That's the good one. That's the good one. So we're going to do the Underworld 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. One movie each night. And it's, you know what? It's fantasy. It's something that we do on the movie side here at the Godless Universe. Or not the Godless Universe. Just the Godless Universe. December 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Kate Beckinsale, Underworld. We're going to do it. And until tomorrow, I think that's it. That's the show. I did not get to the feeling fat today and the carb thing and the insulin sugar level thing. So I might get to that tomorrow. So we'll see. If you're a Billy Idol fan, go out there and buy his Christmas album from, is it 2007? Remastered in 2021, baby. I should be taking us out with a Billy Idol Chris, but it is too soon. So thank you for popping in. Appreciate it. And I will see you tomorrow, 7 o'clock Eastern on A Godless Universe. Cheers.
Children, let's take our seats.
Yeah, baby. We'll do it live. Fuck it.